Imagine the person you want to become. Imagine the person you wish to be. You probably imagine a strong male. He is socially acceptable, like he doesn't have any social anxiety and awkwardness. He doesn't have any problem with talking to people, with talking to girls, with making friends, with socializing. He's productive, he's achieving high results in his career or his businesses. He has a perfect body that he feels proud of. He's strong and kind. What do you think is the difference between this person who has high status and between you? Between the person you wish to be and between you? The difference lies in the list of specific actions you need to perform to achieve your desires, to achieve your dreams. This list will contain like specific plan for each day of your life for the next 3 years. And for today, it might be doing 10 push-ups, meditating for 2 minutes and reading 5 minutes of a book, of self-improvement book. You might think, this is crazy, it's not gonna change anything because it's too insignificant, as dramatic changes require dramatic actions. You cannot be further from the truth. Let me give you a story of a British cycling team. It's a really famous story, but maybe you have not heard about it. So the story goes like this. The British cycling team was placing like terrible at the cycling competitions. They were at the top 10 worst teams in the whole world. And British did not know why, because they had the best athletes, like the athletes were training hard, they had good budget, so they had a lot of budget, athletes that train hard, but for some reason they were performing worse than all the countries. So they hired this new trainer who was a genius, who started to do the small incremental changes. For the first week, he started to research the best pillow for each athlete. Like he tested different pillows on each athlete and recorded the results and noticed that each athlete has his own preference for the pillow that he needs to take to improve his results by 1%. It may seem insignificant, but the next week he found the best massage gel for each athlete to accelerate the recovery. Then he started to experiment with the clothing they were wearing during the competitions. He started to adjust the settings of the cycling vehicle so that it's comfortable for them. After all this in isolation seem insignificant, but they all add up, and British team placed first after a few years of this trainer's work. Now British cycling team is among the best in the world. The same athletes, the same budget. The only difference is small incremental systems that are implemented to make small improvements. The same is true with the list of actions I mentioned earlier. If you do specific actions every day, you will achieve your dream result, and it's not that hard. Today you will do 10 push-ups. After 1 year you will do 100. But the idea is making small incremental changes. I will teach you exactly how to do that, because I finished reading the book of Atomic Habits and have a lot of real life results and experiments to share with you. The most important thing is your identity when you're performing some habits. Like when you make your bed, you embody the identity of an organized person. When you work out every day, you embody of an athletic person, of a disciplined person. When you work hard to improve your business or study hard, you embody the identity of hard work, of a successful person who works hard to achieve his results. So the identity is an important part of habit formation. It's like an election in your mind between conscious and unconscious. Like the identities are like candidates, and the votes are like the actions you take. So right now you may be a fat, lazy person. That's because every action you take like casts votes into the identity of being a fat, lazy person. But if you cast enough votes, like actions, if you do enough good actions, which are in this analogy votes, you will you will start to embody the identity of another person. If you will work out every day, you will start casting votes into the identity of being an athlete. Eventually, like, you can take more than half of the votes in your unconscious election. So now you embody the identity of an athlete. Right now you have like 1% of the votes that vote for an athlete and 99 for the fat lazy person. So of course the fat lazy person is gonna win, but every day you will increase the number of votes you cast. Every time you do 10 push-ups, you cast another vote to an identity of an athlete and take away from the identity of a fat lazy person. Eventually you will have more than 50% of the votes, and now you have a new identity. Now you have a habit formed. You work out easily. It's not even a challenge for you. How you do that? First, you have to decide on the identity you want to form. You decide from now on, I will be an athlete. I will become an athlete. Then the next thing is casting votes to the identity you want to embody. So there are 4 specific techniques I will teach you in this part of the video. The first thing is choosing a specific time frame for doing your habit. I call it after X I will do Y. For example, if you wanna start working out, you might do something like that. Every Monday and Wednesday after I return home from school, I will do 10 push-ups. When you choose a specific time frame, it's much harder to come up with excuses such as, oh, I need to study, I have an exam, or I need to go out with my friends. You have a specific time frame that you have to do 10 push-ups. The second thing is habit stacking. You have to do the habit after you complete the habit that you are already accustomed to doing. For example, you probably wash your teeth every day before going to bed. Now the washing your teeth is an already formed habit. You want to form a new habit of meditating. Now you will do 2 minutes of meditation every time you wash your teeth. That's habit stacking. Powerful technique I've been using my whole life, even before reading the book. The third thing is starting slowly. You cannot expect to never do any exercises in your life and then start doing some advanced crazy workout. You have to start slow. A lot of people have the mistake of like learning and optimizing some kind of workout that they find in the internet and try to do it right away the first time they enter the gym, which is really a wrong thing, because after 2 weeks you will probably burn out. You have to start slow. For me, for example, it was doing 2 sets of pull-ups every 2 days, and I was eating McDonald's. I didn't care about my diet, I didn't care about my sleep. But by slowly incrementing my workout every time I do a workout session, for example, I'm at the point right now where I track my sleep, track my calories, and I do advanced working out splits to optimize my muscle gain, because I'm an already intermediate to advanced lifter. So for you, it would be better to start doing 10 push-ups. Next week you will do 15. Next week you will do 20. And then after 2 months of incrementing your push-up number by 5, at the end you will start doing like 50 push-ups after 2 months only. Now you can add new exercises. Now you can research a little bit of another exercise you can try. Maybe you will start doing sit-ups. Maybe you will buy gym membership. Maybe you will find a park where there's a pull-up bar. You get the idea. Small incremental changes, just with the British bicycling team. The fourth thing is tying a pleasurable activity with the habit you want to form. For example, what I used to do after I was hitting the gym with my friend, we would go out and eat tasty foods. So I would get to spend time with my friend, and I would also enjoy delicious food. 2 pleasurable activities that would come right after I finished my hard working out session. That way, in my brain, a pleasurable activity was related to going to the gym. So gym also started to be a little more pleasurable. The most important part is walking slowly but never backwards. Your habit has to be, as I already mentioned in the slow start part, as easy as possible so that you can do it for the rest of your life easily, like 10 push-ups. I believe you can easily do 10 push-ups for the rest of your life every day. Then when the habit becomes formed, you increment and increment. But there will be days when you don't want to do anything, you feel lethargic. especially on these days, it's important for you to keep going on. For example, if you're already accustomed to hitting a 2-hour workout session and you hate going to the gym, just at least go to the gym and do 30-minute workout, and that would be a great thing. It's much better than skipping the gym. At the end, people who become successful are the people that do the things they don't want to do despite their motivation levels. Like the best people with the best bodies also had the days where they didn't want to go to the gym, but they still hit the gym anyway, even if for 30 minutes, even if for 1 hour, they still did the thing. Never like go backwards, never skip the workout. Even if you skip the workout, make sure you don't skip it a second time. Like the amount of success you will achieve, it's the amount of suffering like you are willing to endure. For example, to be a successful entrepreneur, having some kind of high paying salary in your career would be to suffer 1,000 times. If you want to be the CEO of this company, like the main person who is in charge of the project, you have to suffer 10,000 times. If you want to own multiple companies and be a multimillionaire, you have to suffer 100,000 times. Like the amount of sufferings you endure, it will determine the success you have. So now let's sum it up. The difference between you and the person you wish to be, as I already said, is a list of specific actions you need to take to become the person you wish to be. I hope after I explained every concept, now you believe this list. Today is doing 10 push-ups and 2 minutes of meditation and 5 minutes of reading a book. The next week, incremented by one, and in no time, you will achieve your dream results. Stay strong.